What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel in this Apex Legends video, and today we're going to be breaking down some of the best weapons and some of the worst weapons in Apex Legends Season 6 based on their recoil patterns. Now, if you don't know, Apex Legends has a predictive recoil system, which means that when you fire the gun, it's going to go in a specific recoil pattern that is almost the exact same from magazine to magazine. And this allows you to learn that recoil pattern and learn how to counteract it, which is how you see the Apex Legends pros firing their guns, and it appears they have no recoil at all. They've learned these patterns, committed them to memory, and they know how to fight them with their various controller inputs. What that basically means is a weapon with a simple recoil pattern is very easy to control. For example, our new weapon for Season 6, the Volt SMG, has a very simple recoil pattern that goes pretty much straight up for the first half of the magazine and stays in the same spot. It's very similar to the R99, so if you can play well with that gun, you will play well with the Volt SMG. We also have a totally new recoil pattern for the Havoc Assault Rifle, the Energy Assault Rifle. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of what this recoil pattern looked like before Season 6, but apparently the developers intended to bring this more in line with the rest of the assault rifles in the game. And when compared to something like the R301 or the Flatline, it's definitely a lot less side-to-side recoil than there used to be, and a lot more straight-up recoil. And in general, it appears to have about twice as much total recoil in its pattern as the 301 or Flatline, so it is extremely powerful and kind of simple as far as a recoil pattern goes, but you are going to have to pull back harder on the stick to be laser accurate with it. Now, the real shocker is the buff to the Hemlock. This is hands down the most accurate weapon and by far the best weapon in Apex Legends for Season 6. Just look at how absurd that recoil pattern is. I didn't pull down on the stick at all. That's just where the recoil goes. With barely any control at all, you can laser beam somebody from across the map, and it is absolutely insane. This gun is pretty much broken in its current state with an extremely fast rate of fire and literally unmatched recoil control capabilities. This gun is hands down the best weapon of Apex Legends in Season 6. Now, moving from the best weapon over to the worst weapon, the Prowler with a select fire. I feel like Don Corleone. Look at how they massacred my boy! The Prowler with a burst fire is actually pretty respectable, going in a fairly simple to control pattern. They actually buffed the burst mode of the Prowler this season, making it easier to control. But the select fire, they made much more difficult to control. Now take a quick look at that burst pattern. Very simple, up a little bit to the left and then off to the right, and then take a look at this fully automatic Prowler and the absolute insanity that is this recoil pattern. And how are you supposed to learn to counteract this? No other gun in the game has a recoil pattern that is absolutely balls to the wall as insane as this Prowler fully automatic. They destroyed this gun. It is absolutely insane how completely inaccurate this gun turned. Not only that, there's some extreme randomness in between the magazines. Most of the weapons have a pretty consistent pattern from magazine to magazine, and maybe it's just because the Prowler select fire's pattern is so wild, or maybe it has more randomness in its pattern, but look at the variations among these three clips shot back to back. Some go really far left, one goes a little more straight up, some go really far right, and one goes straight up. Like, the inconsistency in this recoil pattern blows my mind, and it makes me really sad that they destroyed the select fire Prowler like this. I almost don't even want to use it anymore, and it's much better. You're much better off using the Prowler and figuring out how to actually use it on burst mode than trying to pick up a select fire and using what used to be one of the best SMGs in the game. But that's alright, because Apex Legends Season 6 is some of the most fun I've had with this game in a long time. What are you guys going to for weapons? What's your go-to combo, primary and secondary? And oh my god, you guys, I'm gonna get early access to Marvel Avengers tonight in just about an hour from the moment this video is released. So join me live on YouTube, streaming early access to Marvel's Avengers with my great friend and fellow YouTuber, the Jedi Ninja. Hope to see you guys then, but in the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.